Hello content producers, hello web producers, hello web editors. Guys, in this video, I'm just going to walk you through how to use the content editor tool within SITECORE. Like I mentioned in my previous videos, content editor is very, very important when it comes to editing content in SITECORE. So to launch it, to launch the view, you might just want to click on the content editor tool right here. So now, if you look to the left hand side, okay, in the left hand side panel, it contains different folders within the content folder. The content folder is the main folder, and it says this section contains all website content. Okay, and again, it depends on which kind of organization you find yourself and how the developers have actually arranged stuff. But yeah, you would always find the content folder as the main folder in SITECORE, and then you'll find all kinds of children folders under that. Now, for this particular project, I know that we've structured our folders in such a way that everything is inside this child folder called the demo SXA sites. And where I'm going here, these are different websites, okay? And that is another thing about SITECORE. It's so powerful. It can contain like numerous websites within the same SITECORE instance that you've got. So now I just want to go straight to Lighthouse Lifestyle, because remember, my website is Lighthouse Lifestyle, right? So I just want to go straight in there, and as you can see, I've got the home folder here, and I've got different other folders: media, data, presentation, settings. All of these are very, very relevant, but where you find yourself working mostly would be within the home folder, okay? It seems to be like the best practice, really. So you find the home folder here within the name of your company. The next one will be home, and then you can see all of these subfolders within the home folder, basically just representing different pages on your website. So at the moment, I'm just gonna be playing around the articles pages. As you can see, I've got several articles here. Yep, I've got several articles on the front end. We've got several articles on the front end like that, but this folder here is where I've kept all of my articles pages, and you just want to just click on that, and yeah, you can see you've got moderate now, my personal article, best in wearable fitness. If you want to go to your front end to confirm you know, all these pages, you'll see exactly the same names here, right? Best in wearables and so on. Yeah, moderate now. So yeah, I just want to come here and edit this particular page. For example, the moderate now page, you want to come here and moderate that. So if you look to the right hand side, you've got different sections of that particular page. Okay, so the quick info, once again, is similar to what you've seen when you uploaded assets onto the media library. So you see the quick info just containing different containing the item path, the templates that has been used to build that particular web page, which is the Content Hub article templates. Okay, so and then you want to go straight to the content. This will be the title which appears here. So basically, you know, the way SITECORE works, it's you can consider your page as being pieces of different components. Okay, so at the moment, you can see you've got the title component, which is where you enter the title that you want to appear here on the front end. You've got the contents, you know, component, which is showing your content here. Okay, and yeah, and I can see that they've got an introduction component as well, which is the field in which you might want to enter some introduction texts or introductory copies. Okay, what I just want to do here is to show you how to edit, for example, this particular content. Okay, now there is something that I would like you to always bear in mind, which is one of the best practices that we follow when it comes to content editing, and that is versioning. So when it comes to versioning, let me take you to what that is. If you go to your top navigation here, you'll find under versions you'll find all of the tools that you need within your versioning system. So for example, you might want to add a new version. That is to say, you just want to create a new version of this existing page before you start to edit. Otherwise, basically, if you keep editing and keep saving within the same version all the time, then you will be overwriting the previous copies that you have within different components. This is what I mean. For example, the title now is moderate now, and say you come in there and then you edit the title to maybe moderate tomorrow, okay, for example, and then in like 2 months time, say your manager says that, hey, we need to actually roll back to what the title used to be, and say for example there is no one that even recollects what that used to look like, what the title used to look like. I mean, well, you might want to use the Wayback Machine to help you detect what that particular page used to look like. Yeah, however, what if there is no Wayback Machine? So basically the best practice is to roll back easily to the previous versions. Okay, you need to always bear in mind that versioning is very important. So for you to create a new version of that particular page that you're working on, you have 2 ways that you can do that, even 3. One way is for you to come to the top right hand corner here, and you select this drop down arrow. Look at that, this is already showing you different versions of that particular page that exists, and this must be what it used to be like over 3 versions ago, and the current one you are on now is the 4th version. If you want to add a new version before you start to edit, you will just come here and just create that. So after clicking on the add version, as you can see, the number has increased to 5 now. So I'm currently working in version 5. So what I need to do now is to then go ahead to edit the copy to maybe on Monday. Oh, if I can spell today, on Monday, moderate on Monday. Okay, and now I just want to save what I've just edited. I just want to save my edits, and then I want to go straight to publish that. If you like, you might just want to preview, that's fine. So the preview is very important. The preview shows you exactly what the page looks like. Okay, so yeah, we're done with the preview, we're happy with it, good. So now let's just go and publish that right away. 2 ways to publish. You might come here under the publish navigation menu, you might just come here and publish item. So it's asking you, are you sure you want to publish? I'll say okay, and bear in mind this information here. It's saying that this current item is in the workflow state as draft, okay, and it will not be published yet. So that's another thing about SITECORE. SITECORE has this workflow system at each point of your moderation. So for example, when you're working on a particular page, that page would be in a draft state, right? The moment you publish, it's not going to finally publish for you if the workflow has been, of course, configured for your project. So it's going to take you to another workflow stage. We'll see what that is, what that looks like in practice now. So now I'm just going to click OK. Remember, I just came here to publish the item, and I'm happy with all of this. I'm just going to maximize this and then click on publish. So yeah, I'm happy with it. Good. So it's still saying that if you publish now, the selected version will not be visible on the website because it has been replaced by an older version. Version 4 will be published instead. So how do you resolve this problem of versioning? I will show you in a minute. And then once again, I've shown you one way that you can publish, right? So I just want to show you another way to publish. So you want to come to your item that is listed within the folders here on the left hand side pane, and then you just want to right click on that. When you right click, you get different options, which are like the most used options when it comes to content editing within SITECORE. Okay, you can see really quickly, if you want to create like a sub page under this particular page, you will just come to insert. This is how you create a sub page, you know, under a particular page in SITECORE. You want to click on insert, and then you can pick within here different templates, different page templates that exist for you right from there. So you can see we've got page, you've got redirect, and also if you want to insert a particular template from the template folder, you come here and do that. You've got the search if you want to search for certain things, or duplicate. You can duplicate that particular page, you can duplicate it, or you might even come here and delete it. And then renaming is very interesting. I'll come to that in a minute. Copying, if you want to copy this particular page from where it is currently to another folder, this is where you come and do that. And also if you want to move move that particular page to another folder, this is where you come and do that, and transfer is there as well. Sorting is just all about moving the article, in our case, moving that particular item above or below its current position within the tree. Okay. Edit, well, we've been editing, so you know what that is. Experience editor, I'm going to show you what that is in a second. And also you can just come here, this is where I'm going to just publish the item. Okay, you right click, remember how we got there, you right click and then you publish the item. It's asking you exactly the same question. You want to say okay. This is just another way of publishing that I'm showing you. And as you can see, there is nothing special. It's exactly the same thing that we saw earlier. So you just want to come here and click on publish, and then that's it. I close that. So now you keep getting this information here. You keep getting this alert that says if you publish now, the selected version will not be visible on the website. Yeah. So you want to go to your review. All right. So you go to the top navigation menu and then you click on review. Within the review, I want you to go to the workflow area. As you can see, there are different sections within this tab: proofing, rights, proofing, logs, workflow. So we want to go to workflow here, and like I told you earlier, I said that particular asset, that particular page, the particular item has been thrown into workflow, right? So this is where you submit your item for publishing within the workflow. And for best practice, it's really good to also always add comments to whatever action you are actually making within the workflow. So for example, I'll say all right for publishing. Okay, I'll just do that. All right for publishing. Yeah, you can put whatever comments, whatever is relevant to what you're doing. That particular item has now been submitted. Now what happens is that in the whole pipeline of the workflow, there is a final stage where the actual work is approved. So usually you might have like someone who has a higher privilege over you, for example, maybe your manager. So you have now submitted the article for a review. So the manager comes in here, they've got a different kind of permissions to you. So they come in here and then they review whatever you've done, and if they're happy with that, they just want to come here and approve that particular work that you've submitted.